when I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, did you close your eyes? Or
Yeah,
make it easy?
I haven't seen a single thing yet, so.
Okay, so the white king is on b8.
Okay, white king is on b8.
Yes. The black king is on b6.
Uh-huh.
And the rook is on c1.
c1. Which
Yes,
rook?
so
White or black?
The black's rook.
Okay.
So king b8 for white, king b6 for black, and rook c1. Mate in 2.
I go rook to c7 and then rook to c8.
Very good. This was easy.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. I will make it a bit more complicated, obviously.
Darn.
I have an idea.
By the way, if there's any technical issues, like you guys can't see the board or something happens, just tell Liz and then she can tell me. So go to her chat, please.
Yes,
Thank you.
This is the easiest one. So now let's assume, okay, here you have 2 solutions, which I don't want to give you.
Aw.
So I have to make it a bit more sophisticated. 1 second. Okay, the positions I'm setting for you is obviously they are not real.
Okay.
But on the other hand,
they're very real.
Depends. Okay. Let me think. Yes. So, white.
Yep.
King on a8.
Uh-huh.
Pawn on a7 and b7.
Okay.
And rooks g8 and b1.
G8 and B1. Okay.
Yes, so I mean, once again, king a8.
Yep. I've got
pawn a7. Okay. Black, king c7.
King on C7. Okay.
Knight d7.
Knight on D7.
Queen f2.
Queen is on, hold on, F2. Oh, God.
And rook h3.
And rook is on H3. Did you say the king is on C7, right? And then a knight is on D7?
Yes.
Queen F2, rook H3.
Yes, mate in 2.
Who's moving?
Black.
Black to move. Okay. So, I mean, I'm probably just like shoving up and taking everything, right? Because white has a rook on G8, right?
Yes, g8 and b1. It's mate in 2 and it's not so easy.
G8 and
yes,
B1.
My chat is Naka adopts, of course. You know it very good.
Wait, I mean, is it not just like back rank mating?
It's some kind of back rank mating, but you have a rook on g8, which is protecting the back rank. And you have a forced mate in 2.
Okay, so let me think. So if I... Oh, my queen's on F2, not G2.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
F2.
That makes sense. Okay, sorry. I thought it was on G2, so I was a little more confused.
I just repeat the full position for you again, just to make sure that you got it.
I've got it.
Okay.
Sorry. And white is trying to promote, correct? With their A7 and
Yes,
B7.
there's B8 threat, which is promotion and which you can't allow.
Okay, so I guess my mate in 2 is going, and you're on G8 and I'm on H3. So I am going rook A3 with my, wait, rook, where's the white rook? B1?
The rook is on B1 and the rook is on G8.
Okay, so let me think. So if I bring my rook over, you promote, I take with my knight. It's already not mate in 2 then. Wait, you can't
Forget
though,
about
because
that.
no, I'm on F2.
Yes.
So then what is that diagonal? Okay, hold on. So H1 is white, so F2 is a dark square. And A8 is white, so A7 is a dark square. So my F2 is lining up on the A7 square. So if I bring my rook over and you push, you can promote to a queen.
Alex, when you calculate variations, what did I tell you what you have to start with always as a rule?
Checks and
Checks and captures.
Okay.
Yes, and especially checks and captures
Help me.
combined.
This is
a
probably the
rule.
worst
Oh,
possible
Especially when
okay.
you
time
see
All right.
to do
All
this.
right.
that
All
you
right. I
don't
Is that
see it.
behind
I
you?
see it. Queen take A7, rook to H or A3.
Yes, very good. But you see like how easy things are when you just stick to these basic rules.
Yeah, I wasn't going through the rules.
Yes. So the solution is basically like you sacrifice a queen on
Right.
A7
Right.
as a knight has those 2 squares and you give the mate on A3.
Right. That makes
And
sense.
very good, Alex. Proud of you. Very good. But just stick always to these rules I tell you.
Yeah, I was
and
trying to get too
everything will be
fancy with it.
Yeah. Okay, very good. I will set you at different positions. You can stay blindfoldedly.
Okay. The hardest part with that first thing was, I mean, what I should have done at the start is figured out what my diagonal was for my queen on F2.
Yes, of
Because
course.
that was the hardest part. Was I thought that I was lining up on the king, and so that I had queen was lining up on B7 instead of A7. That was my initial thought, but that's the G2 square, so it was a dumb thought. Got to remember my alphabet. Ugh, so tough.
It's not so tough. It's just rules.
Thank you, by the way, whoever that was.
I make it easy because I will not get pieces which you need.
Okay.
Wait a second. I will build it in a bit more sophisticated way. Let me just think how I will do it, because this is not too easy.
Oh boy.
Okay. 1 second. Almost done. Yes. Now I got the position for you.
Okay.
So, white king h1.
King h1.
Yes. Then rook g2.
Rook is on g2. Okay.
Yes. Bishop h7.
Bishop h7.
Pawns h2 and g3.
Wait, I thought the rook was on h2.
No, on g2.
G2. Okay.
Gustav 2.
Okay. So the king is on h1. Rook is on
Yes.
G2. Pawn is on
Yes.
H1.
Pawn is on H2 and G3.
H2 and G3. Okay.
And bishop is on H7.
H7. Right.
Yes. And now black has the king on C6.
King on C6. Okay.
Yes. The queen on B6.
Queen on B6.
The pawn on F3.
Pawn is on F3. So he's attacking that rook.
Yes, and the knight on H3.
And the knight is on H3.
Mate in 2.
Okay, so first thing to look for is takes with captures. I'm guessing this is who's moving, black or white?
Black is to move.
Okay.
So once again, I will repeat the position for you, just to be sure.
Okay.
So white, king H1, rook G2, Gustav 2, H2, G3 pawns, and bishop H7.
Bishop H7. I need to remember
Black,
that one. Okay.
king C6.
Yep.
Queen B6.
Yep.
Knight H3. Pawn F3.
Knight H3, pawn F3.
And king C6.
And king is on C6.
Mate in 2.
Okay, so the B6 line is going to line up to F1. Wait, no. Yeah. Because B7... No. Yes. Gosh dang it. Hold on. Yeah, because then B8 lines up to H2. G1. Okay, yeah. So that's F1 that's lining up to. I have that pawn right below it. I have the pawn on F3 attacking the rook. So the first thing I should look at is just a simple capture and put the king in check. If the king takes, I then have my knight over on H3, which the king could go after. I don't have protection. I have a queen, a pawn, a king, and a knight. Do I have anything else as black?
You have a queen on B6, a pawn on F3, and the knight on H3, and the king
on C6.
The king is not important because
right.
The king must be on the board.
Right. Okay, so no other pieces. So then, I mean, I don't see myself mating there because
it's a pattern. I mean, like I'm showing stream, I mean, I showed chat and everybody, it's these patterns which you need to know. These are kind of typical mating patterns. So basically, like, what are the candidate moves according to the rules?
So the first thing is captures with check. So that doesn't work.
This is not mate in 2
so that's
because
not mate
after that the king will take on H3. Very good.
So that
what else?
Doesn't work. The second thing is just getting a check in. So I could do knight to F2 with a check.
That's one option.
And that's one option.
Mate after rook takes F2?
No. It's just a check. You have a king on a bishop on H7, which H7 is going to line up to B1, so I can't move my queen down to B1 for a check. But I can move my queen over to F1 for a check. And then
the queen on B6 is controlling which diagonal?
Doesn't it go to F1?
Well, I'm afraid the queen on B6 is not going to F1.
What? Oh god, hold on. Where am I thinking?
Because the queen on B6 is on the black square and the F1 square is white. Unless the queen is trunk, the queen will not get to F1.
Hold on. Okay, let me go let me go back to my diagonals. B6 is going to E1.
Well,
no. Now she's even more drunk. Okay, so let me go to... If I'm on A6, that goes to F1. So if I'm on B6, that goes to G1.
Very good.
Okay, so I have that check. Queen to G1. Then king can't take that. because the knight is protecting it.
Very good.
So
So,
the rook takes it,
mm-hmm.
and then my knight smothers it.
By the way, there's a clown behind you.
Don't say that. That's not. Don't. I hate clowns.
I had
Okay.
to, I had to
Okay,
say
that
this.
makes sense. So
Chat told me.
queen g1, knight f2, and that's mate.
This is called the suffocated move.
Yeah,
Very
suffocation.
Very, very good, Alex. Well done.
I thought the queen was going to f1.
Yes, that's why I asked you 2 times.
Oh,
if
those
this is the case.
diagonals. Those diagonals are rough, man.
Yes, okay, but this is like how you basically train your visualization. We'll make the next one and I will give you another pattern.
Okay.
I just have to think about one. So chat, be a bit patient because I have to compose these things by my heart. So I also have to be a little bit creative to understand what to do, but I think I know which mate I will try to set up. Because it's easier if I would see some task which I can build, but now I don't have this kind of task already. So I will do it in my way. So.
Oh, okay. I see where I messed up when I was picturing the line. I skipped over the line to h8.
Thanks for the sub. G Loway set. So, this is too easy. Let me just think. Okay, this is like, of course, a kind of position which is not real, but it doesn't matter. Let me think how to do this. Those positions are never real. If I could check here, you have to take. No, this is not working the way I wanted it to work, but okay, why not? Yeah, I got a position for you.
Okay.
So, black. Oh, let's start with white, it's easier. Okay, white. King g1.
King on g1.
Yeah, rook h1.
Okay.
Bishop f1.
Yep.
Knight f4.
Knight f4.
Yes. And now pawns.
Thank you.
Henry 2, h2.
Yep.
Gustav 3.
h2,
And-
Gustav 3. Okay, so I have a rook on h1, right?
Yes, rook h1, king g1, bishop
f1. Yep. Okay,
Knight
so my
f4.
rook's pinned in there. Okay.
Yes, knight f1 and pawns h2, g3, and f2.
h3, g2,
G2,
and
f2. F2, yes.
Okay, hold on. The pawns are h3, g2, f2.
Yes, very good.
And the knight
now
is on f4.
Yes.
Okay.
And now black. King c6.
King on c6. Okay.
Queen d5.
Queen is on d5. Okay.
Rook b1.
Rook is on b1.
And pawn on h3.
And pawn is on h3. Wait, I thought white had a pawn on h3.
Yes, no, black has a pawn on h3. The
So
white's pawns are h2, g3, and f2.
Oh, g3. Okay. Okay. So pawn on h3. My queen is on. Can
D5.
you go d5? Okay, so that's lining up for that square because that's the light square. So that's right on line for h2 or g2. But that bishop's in the way. And I have a rook. So I take with the rook on the bishop. Then they capture with their king. Then I bring my queen in for the... Do I have anything else as black? Oh, no,
Actually,
there's...
You have here about 3 solutions. Chat was wise. They told me that there are a lot of solutions. But find any solution.
Okay. So black has rook on b1, queen on
Yes.
d5, king on c6, pawn on h3.
Mm.
Okay. And the knight on f4 is screwing over that square, so I can't bring my queen into the middle spot. So queen is on d5. D, E, F. Oh, wait, my queen's under threat, so I need to definitely check. So I'm probably checking then with the. Oh, wait, hold on. I could just throw my queen. No, because you have a bishop. Yeah, so I could just throw my queen all the way and take on h1.
And after king takes h1?
Then I take rook on f1.
Very good. Okay, this was like, can you also name me the other two solutions?
Probably rook takes first, and then the queen takes that rook, and then I'm in a winning position.
Well, I mean, mate in two. There are two more solutions.
Oh, two more for mate in two.
Yeah.
Uh, Rook takes, and then queen goes to d1.
Very good. This is enough, and queen d1 immediately is also a solution. Would also be made by force.
Oh, because then I would. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I will have to come up with something more difficult. That was too easy.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah.
Whew.
For chat, it was too easy.
Oh, okay, yeah, probably. Thank you for the sub, whoever that was.
So let me think how I will build up this position in a more sophisticated way. Because right now I'm not happy with that. Because it is too easy. And I have to think how to do it. This is okay. Let's make it a bit more complicated for you. For a change. Eins, zwei, drei. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes, you are. So, okay. Black. Let's start with white. King g1, pawn h2, g3, f2.
G2. Hold up. King is G1. Pawn is H2.
G3.
G3. F2.
F2.
Okay, so same idea.
Bishop f1, exactly.
Bishop F1, yep.
And knight e3.
And knight on E3.
Yes.
Okay.
Black.
Yeah.
King c7.
King is on C7.
Yes. Queen on f3.
Queen is on F3. Okay.
Rook is on b1.
Rook is on B1.
And knight is on g5.
And knight is on G5. Okay.
Okay. Mate in 3.
Okay. What is on E3 for white?
Knight.
A knight. Okay, so let me think. So takes with captures. I mean, I've got nothing good really that I can see, or with checks. Rook taking the bishop, queen taking either of the pawns. Neither of those sound very good to me. I'm probably enjoying knight going to h3 for a check, which is then not. Wait, where's my knight at? It's on e5 or
No,
g5,
your
right?
knight is on g5, but it can also be on e5.
No, yeah, g5. So it can go to h3.
No, no, the pawn is on h3, honey.
Oh, I have a pawn on h3?
Otherwise, it's. I think I mentioned that, or maybe I didn't, because otherwise it's mate in one.
Yeah, I was like, that's just a mate, right? Like, I don't see what's wrong. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay. So the e3, f3, g2. So that knight is protecting that g2 square. So let's see. So I need to move my queen out of the way, it feels like. So I think I go queen to g2, bishop can't take, king, wait, knight, so knight takes. Then I move my knight to f3. You have to run away, and then I take the bishop on f1.
Very good. Impressive, Alex. Impressive. You're
Thank
getting
you.
stronger and stronger.
Good coaching.
Thanks. So you see, Mr. Llama is in shape. We have to make it tougher now. Your chat is impressed.
And
I
yet,
can
when
tell
I
you.
can visually look at my queen being under threat, I can't stop it.
Maybe we should always get Mr. Llama in a fire suit. Okay, now let me see what to do. Okay.
Oh, that was a rough first game.
I have the ultimative idea, which mate to make.
Join my army of the dead.
Hey Llama,
Hey.
you do realize that after getting that water blindfolded, you're actually in your neighbor's apartment.
Thank you.
So. And okay. 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 I got the position done.
Okay.
So now white. King c1.
Okay.
Help me!
I didn't know your neighbor was a
Queen
clown.
f4.
Oh look, and he has friends.
Queen f4.
Yes.
Okay.
Rook d1.
Rook d1, right next to the king. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And knight g5.
Knight is on g5.
Yes.
Okay.
So we had king c1, queen f4, rook d1, knight g5, and
Yep.
bishop f1.
Bishop is on
And the
f1.
pawn.
Okay.
Yes, and the pawns are A2, B2, and C3.
Okay.
So, black. King G8.
King is on G8.
Yes. Queen C5.
Queen is on C5. Okay.
Yes. Rook on D8.
Rook is on D8.
Yes. Bishops. G6 and F8.
Bishops are on G6 and F8. Okay.
Yes. And the pawns.
And the king is on G8, you said?
Yes, the king is on G8, and the pawns are F7, G7, H7.
Okay.
So I will repeat everything because it's a lot of pieces.
That
so
is a lot of pieces.
White king C1.
Yep.
Queen F4. Rook D1. Knight G5 and bishop F1.
Knight is G5 and bishop is F1.
Yes, and pawns A2, B2, and
C3. Right.
And black, queen C5, king G8, rook D8, bishop G6, bishop F8, and F7, G7, H7. Black to move.
I need to go over black's one more. Rook is on D8.
Yes.
Queen is on C5.
Yes.
The bishops are FGH. 7.
F8 and G6.
Or F8 and G6.
Yes.
Okay.
And
F8
the pawns
and
F7, G7, H7, but you know that you don't need them.
Right. Okay. And whose move and who's doing what?
Playing black to play and mate in 2.
Black to play with mate in 2.
Yep.
Okay. Oh boy. So, oh my god, this one's hard. Holy cow.
The funny thing is, like, it's not hard at all. It's just hard because of the pieces.
Yeah, this is hard to visualize. There's so many diagonals. There's too many diagonals. I need to figure these out. Okay, so there's a light square bishop for white on F1. And that hits E2, D3, C4. Okay, so that's E2, D3. Okay, so D3, and there's a rook on D1.
Yes.
Okay. So that could be a blocker if the queen somehow tried to get on that diagonal. There's also the white queen is on E or F. No. Oh, God. Where's the white queen again? E5 or... Is that right? No. White queen is where?
The white queen is on F4.
F4. Okay.
Yes.
So white queen is on F4, which is a dark square. So I have my bishop. So I don't have any captures with check.
Why? Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. I don't have anything on B, so I can't take B2.
The king is on C1.
The king's on C1. Oh, I thought it was on B1. Okay. So if king's on C1, then I have queen could capture C3. And then that would be a check. And then B2 takes C3 is most likely the move there. That feels like it just throws away my queen for not a lot. But I potentially open up my bishop on F8 to move over to C3.
To where?
Can I go to C3 from F8?
Well, you just captured queen takes C3. Unless your bishop is super drunk, the bishop is not, and the bishop is on F8, the bishop is not on the diagonal C3. That would mean the bishop would be on H8. Then the bishop is on that diagonal.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying, oh, sorry, A3, not C3.
Yes, very
Yeah,
good.
sorry. So the bishop can go to a3. I didn't mean c3. Bishop is going to a3, and that's a check. And then there's no blocking it that I can see. So the king has to move to b1.
But where are your
Or
bishops?
my bishop is on g6. So that lines up on the rook. No. Oh, God, this position is insane. H8, 7, 6. So H6 would line up on C1. So G6 lines up on B2. Oh, so he can't do that.
The B, wait, wait.
Or
The
B1,
G6
sorry.
bishop.
Yeah, it lines up on B1,
Yes.
not B2. So if I check there, then they have to move their F4. They have a bishop on F1, which can go to D2, C3. Neither of those can block that.
I mean, we are speaking about queen takes c3, b takes c3, and bishop check on a3.
Right.
And then how the bishop on f1 wants to block the check on a3, unless this bishop can fly.
It's not going to block that, at all. That's what I'm trying to figure out is because the queen's on f4, that can't block that check. So there's nothing that can block it. So the king has to then go to d2.
Where is your black rook?
D1?
Your black rook.
Or d8, I mean?
Yes, d8.
Oh, so that doesn't work either. So then the king goes up to c2.
Where is your bishop?
The bishop is blocking that as well. How does the king get out of here?
It's mate, honey.
Oh, that is a mate. Oh, God. I thought you said there was mate in 3.
Mate in 2, I said.
Oh, I was so confused. I was like, I don't know how he's supposed to get away.
That's why I ask.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was so lost there. Okay, yes. Mate.
It was cute. That's why I was just wondering like where you want to go. That's why I asked you the questions.
I don't know. I had no clue how the king was getting out of there. I thought it was mate. So I figured I had a piece wrong. Like there was something on, F2 that could get in the, like a rook on F2 I missed.
No.
That could get in the way or something. Oh. That was hard. That was so many diagonals. That was really difficult.
Yes, but this is a Bodenmat. It's called the Bodenmat and the Bodenmate, not mat, sorry, mat is German. The Bodenmate. So that's like we had the suffocate mate, we had the Bodenmate. Let me try to get something else.
Okay.
I have an idea what to build for you.
Whew. That was tough.
I will build you.
I feel like Neo right now.
Join my army of the dead.
Oh, look. Your neighbor has flower paintings too. That's really strange. Did you give it to them as a housewarming gift?
Everybody wants those paintings, okay? They're lovely.
Everybody wants those paintings
Yeah.
in your home.
My beautiful flowers.
Is it a secret who made these paintings?
No.
It's just random paintings.
Yeah. Chat likes to. It's the Rorschach test. What's the name of that? Rorschach. I don't know what it is.
The woodpecker. The woodpecker.
They see things in it, They look in the flower and they see their imaginations run wild. Rorschach test. What is that word? That's
which
it, right?
test?
The one where they show you images of just random blots of ink and then you see things in it. It's like a Rorschach test. Rorschach.
Is this like something chess related?
No. It's a like psychology to see if you're crazy or something test. To see how you're feeling, basically. You see things that you want to see or something like that. It's like a Rorschach test. Rorscharc. I don't know. Can you Bing that and see what it says?
The Warsaw test, and this is what still I didn't get it. It's about Warsaw.
It's about like they'll show you a random like blot of ink all on paper that has like no meaning or something, and then they say, what do you see? And like supposedly or something, if you're sad you'll see like sad images, if you're happy you'll see happy. You're right, it's just like they show you like a repeated number of images that are just like random splatters of ink or whatever, and then they like determine your like psychosis and your state of mind and everything from that.
Ah, okay. And I never did this test actually. And I still, sorry, I was a little confused because I was setting the position and I didn't understand the plot of the whole thing.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I think it's Rorschach.
It's a Rorschach test, yes. It's
Okay.
a psychology test, and those paintings look like flowers to you.
They are flowers. I'm saying chat sees other things in the flowers.
No, I also see flowers, but sometimes you see like different kind of things. I agree. Okay. So chat, I will always show the solution. The last time the solution was queen takes c3. I showed it on the board, b takes c3 and bishop a3 mate. And this time we will also like see the solutions, but first Alex should solve it. So this is easier.
Thank God.
At least I think it's easier.
Lovely.
So you have white king b1,
White king b1.
queen h4.
Queen on h4.
And now rook c1.
Rook is on c1.
Yeah. And pawns f6.
Pawn
C3,
is on f6.
6, c3,
c3.
b2,
Okay.
and a3.
Okay.
I repeat, king b1,
Yep.
queen h4, rook c1, f6, c3, b2, a3.
Okay.
Black.
And those are
White
those are
pieces.
dark squares that the queen and pawn are on.
Yes, very good. Black, king h8.
King is h8.
Yes. Queen a7,
Queen is a7. Okay.
rook d8.
Wait, queen is a7. Okay, yeah, so they
Yes.
say they just took the pawn, basically, of a2,
Well-
you would imagine.
Well, on a7 he took a pawn, his own pawn maybe.
Oh, he took his... Oh, it's a7, not a2. Okay, sorry.
a7.
Yeah.
Also, if it's a2, then it's a check actually.
Is it? Because my king's on
b1.
b1, not c1. My rook is on
Yes.
c1. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and now queen a7, king h8, rook d8.
King is on h8. Rook is
D8.
on d8.
8 and queen a7,
Yeah.
and pawn h7, g6, and f7.
h7, g6, and f7. Okay.
Thanks for the red curly queen. And now the question is how to mate in 2. No, in 3. Sorry, mate in 3.
With who and who's moving?
Black to move, white to move.
White to move with mate in 3. Okay, so I have a pawn on f6
Very good.
and a queen on h4, and they have their structure. So my f6 pawn is attacking their g7 pawn.
There is no pawn on g7.
There's not.
Nope, there's
Or
a
it's
square on g7.
Oh, okay.
Pawn
Their
on G7.
g6 is their pawn. So I have that open gap. So
Yes.
I
Alex is white, yes.
yes. So the king is on h8
Yep,
and the rook is on d8
yep.
and the queen is on a7. So my general basic first thought, I have a rook on c1 Okay, so like my general first thought, this isn't the solution, but like if I could just get my queen to g7, then I win.
Yes, very good. That's
They
still
have a
not its mate.
rook. Yeah, they have a rook that they can bring over though to g8 when I bring my queen up. If I bring it up to f or h6, and then try and squeak it in to that slot. So that doesn't work immediately like that.
So you mean like after queen h6,
Queen
you play
h6, then rook would come over to
g8.
g8, and then I can't go in there anymore. But I have a rook. Do I have anything but a rook and a queen on white and those
You
pawns?
don't have anything, but okay, these pawns not important. They just save your
Right,
king from
right, right,
checks.
right. Just
You have the
those.
rook and the queen. Yes.
Okay. And they have the rook, the queen as well. So my rook is on c1. So if I bring, let me see, a7 is attacking g1. So I can't bring my rook to g1. But if I bring my rook over to... So let me first think captures. I can capture with my queen on h7 for a check. Right?
You can capture your queen on h7 for a check. This would be the first thing
To look for.
to look for, yes.
Right. That's the
But
only
what is the problem?
checks with captures. The problem is they just take it. And then even if I brought my rook to like h1, they can just go back to g8, and then I can't
There's no mate.
do anything. Yeah, I'm just screwed. So there's no mate on that. So my other thought is that, okay, I can bring my rook over to h8 first.
To h1 first.
h1
yes.
first, excuse me. And then I'm threatening taking on h7. And I'm not sure how they stop that, to be honest. So then they can play the pawn up, I guess.
Yes, I will. Sorry.
Okay. You good?
Yes, it just
Okay.
I just said to me to just switch the lights off.
Okay.
Okay.
So then if I bring my rook over to, let's say, h8, then they're pushing their pawn up to h5.
And it will not be mate in 3.
And it's not made in 3. So that doesn't work as well. Do I have other potential checks even? I don't think I can do any checks because my rook is on c1 and there's a pawn in front of it. And my queen is, the pawn is blocking it as well. Oh boy. So you said this was easy?
Well, the thing is, like, basically you have the solution, you just have to combine it.
Okay. So I go...
You found the patterns which
Yeah.
you need, just you have to make a good combination of those patterns.
Okay, so here's how it goes. So I go queen to h6 first, threatening that mate. That means that the rook has to come over to g8 to defend it. Then I bring my rook over as well to to h1.
But then it's no mate in 3 after queen g1 check.
After queen g1 check.
It's not mate in 3.
Yeah, but then I win the queen. So like.
Yes, but this is the task is, honey.
Okay.
Mate in 3.
Okay. So then I take the pawn on h7, and the king has to take, and then I go rook h1 to mate.
Very good.
Oh my god. That wasn't that hard, but it was hard to figure out putting them together.
Yes, okay, and basically you just have to combine the patterns together in order to do it.
Right.
Okay, I will give you a last one, and then I will slowly also move to bed because it's very late here.
Okay.
So let's see what is the last one we can do. Let me see what is a funny mate. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One second. Let me see if this is fine. Nope, this is not fine. Okay, found something for you.
Okay.
And yep. So now the position is the following. White king b1,
King b1.
queen e8.
Queen e8.
Yes.
Okay.
Rook h1
Rook on h1.
and rook on b4.
And rook on b4.
And
Okay.
knight on d5.
Oh my god. And knight on d5.
Yes, and pawns b2 c3.
b2, c3, king on b1, queen on e8, rook on h1 and on b4,
Yes.
and a knight on d5.
Very good.
Okay.
Black.
Yeah.
King g8.
King g8. Okay.
Bishop f8.
Bishop on f8.
Queen a7.
Queen is on a7.
Rook a6.
Rook a6.
And rook a2.
And rook a2. Oh, dang.
And pawns e6, f7, g7, h7.
Okay. So
White to make a mate in 3.
yeah, so obviously black is threatening mate in 1 right now,
No,
right?
it's not because you have king c2, but still the threat is shit.
Oh, I do have king c2. But then I lose
Yes.
my rook on h1 with that, and it's rough. Okay. So still lots of threats and not a good position for us if we do get checked and all that stuff. So, okay, so we need to do a check with a capture or a check. Our first thought is I have my queen on e8. And I have a knight on... Where's the king for the black?
The king for the black is on g8.
G8. Okay.
Yes.
And I have a knight that is on d5. So I could get up to e7, which gives me a check on g8.
Yes.
And
But what is the problem?
the problem is e7, there's a bishop on f8, but it can't take it because I have a queen on e8.
Very good. But what else is guarding the square on e7?
Oh god, is there something else guarding that? Queen on a7
Very good.
is guarding that. Sorry, I thought I was thinking there were pawns over on the other side, but there's not. Okay. And the king is guarding the bishop. Is e7 the only square that I can check from? Let me think. If I have my knight on d5, I can go over to e5, f5. I can go to f6 and also give a check on g8. There is a pawn on g7, so then they'd be taking that. And that opens them up, so then my rook can check them. Meaning they have to go away from the queen, so my rook goes to g1. Does that get a7 just takes that, though? So I can't do that.
But you have 2 rooks.
Oh, I have a second rook? Oh, I have a rook on
Yes.
on b4. That's right. Okay, so I move my b4 rook over to g4. And that would then check the king, pushing it over, and then my queen can take bishop on f8 for mate.
Very good.
Whew. Oh.
Very, very good, Alex. You're impressive.
Oh.
Impressive, impressive, impressive. Very impressive.
That was exhausting. Oh my god, my mind.
No, of course, this is not easy. I mean, like professionals, like sometimes play blindfold games over a long period. So what you do is taking a sequence of this.
Mm-hmm. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was
Also, rook takes h7 and rook h4 check is also like now a mate, but at some point, but it is not important.
right.
No, my chat is asking how much is your rating. Okay, you are 1100 on chess.com, but objective.
Hey, I'm
82.
1270
Okay.
now. I've gotten
Yes, but
gotten
anyway.
up.
Yes, but anyway, his rating is higher in my opinion. Not if he blunders queens, but that doesn't happen so often.
I gotta stop learning from Botez, man.
Yeah.
That's all. Gotta stop.
But
learning
anyway,
that.
you're improving. I mean, your imagination is already on a very good level. I mean, your imagination skills are like 1800 in my opinion.
Thank you.
So it's getting better.
We're working up. Just gotta stop pushing so many pawns, maybe.
And maybe you should always wear the fire suit and you'll be
I don't know about that.
on fire.
I don't know about that. Nice outfit, but Liz still looks better. Yeah, I mean, she got all dressed up for today. It's nice.
Yes, we all
It's
got
very
dressed
nice. Yeah. Oh.
up. Okay, I will slowly move to bed because it's very late here and I had a long day.
Yeah.
Do you still stay on? Then I will rate the people to you.
No, I gotta go do Father's Day at my
Yeah, it's
my
true.
place. So
Okay, then I will see you. We will discuss it with Anna and
yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
So,
we'll figure it out. I'll see you at the next time. Simple as that.
yes, see you. And thanks for the subs of Sroy and Sandstorm for making it possible to have Alex dress sexy.
God, terrible.
Yes, and I will see you guys very soon.
Bye. Have a good one. Thank you so much for the lesson. I really appreciate that. Everybody, go give Liz a follow. Go hang out.
All
She's
right.
awesome. Bye.
Bye bye, everybody.
See you later.
See you.
Whew. That was hard, man. That one puzzle where there was like the mate and 2, even though the mate wasn't that difficult, everything was diagonals. Everything was, I wish I had this puzzle on here so I could show it. But like the bishop here, the other bishop here, so these diagonals were like this. The king was here, so I was threatening that. I had a queen here to threaten this. It was so hard to just figure out where the heck all the lines were. It was fun though. That was really fun. So, right, queen takes c3, but yeah, like it was all fine and dandy with that, but I just like, because then it was like I forgot that I had the rook defending this, and I thought it was mate in 3, so I was like, where, like, can't she just run away? And then it's not working. That was tough. I'll check the VODs. That'd be a good idea, actually. Yeah, what's my goal with this? Not professional chess. I'm pretty sure you have to start at like age 3 to be a professional. But I just want to, like, I don't know, do well, you know? Like, have fun and get as good as I can. Kind of go like that, right? Just like put some effort into it, get some coaching. It's one of those things where, like, when an IM or a GM or whatever, you know, like, offers to coach, like, man, I can't turn that down. That's just the coolest thing ever. And play with a bunch of really beautiful women. Look, if Llama's angels want to come and hang out and play, who am I to say no? That's all I'm going to say. Who am I to say no? Yeah, Liz is a really good teacher, actually. I really like her coaching. You can totally beat a 3-year-old. Thanks, Moto. Thank you. So, no, that was just tons of fun, though. I mean, that was a really good time. Getting to play with them, getting to do blind chess, all of that stuff. Of all the coaching streams you'd seen, you'd recommend Danya? I'll have to check him out. I mean, I've watched him play. He's really, really good. I feel like I don't need his level of coaching yet, almost. Like, even an IM is maybe too high for me, but Liz really enjoys coaching a lot of people, so... Yeah. But not 5-year-old? Yeah, I don't think I could beat a 5-year-old. That was good. But I was impressed by your memory. Thank you. Blind is hard, man. But it was really good because, like, I was starting to see the lines better. Even something like queen on h4 defending the pawn on h6. Like, just seeing those things is really helpful because then you can go, okay, I know that, like, dark, and then you can picture the board better. Like, some of my queen getting to here is that mate threat. The rook coming here. I know that, like, this line is defending, this queen's defending g1. So, you know, I can see that, like, this check doesn't work. I forgot I had this rook. But just, like, all of the stuff, when you're seeing all that stuff, it really, you know, just, it's taxing as heck, but it's good. It's fun. Yeah, she's very patient with noobs like me, so that's helpful. But yeah, it's and she also, when she gives the positions, she doesn't give it like left to right. You know, I'm like, okay, pawn on b2, king on b1, pawn on c3, rook on c1, you know, whatever. She's like king on b1, rook on b4 and h1, queen on e8, pawns on b2 and c3. So you have to, like, visualize, like, all over the board as you're placing things, which I actually think is kind of better. Interesting, King. Thank you, Super. Yeah, so she gave it by rank of pieces, but that made it, like, really tough to, like, you know, you'd have to, like, bounce all around the board with it. But that's probably intentional. Okay, I am going to go and celebrate Father's Day with my father. That guy. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you had fun today. Hope you enjoyed that. And yeah. I will see you mañana. See you during the mañana timing. Does that sound good? Thanks, everybody. Mwah! When's Act 3 with Cramling? Hopefully soon. I really hope so. But we'll just kind of see when that all happens. Let's go to... oops. Spelled it wrong. Let's go hang out with Nega Oryx. She's doing Last of Us Part 2. Is she in her cosplay? Oh, she is. Dude, her cosplay's so cool. She literally shaved her eyebrow for it. And she has like this wig. It looks so good. This is awesome. All right. See you guys. Mwah. Peace. Have a good night.